Danielle Delaine. I went vegan in 2016. I went vegan to combat an autoimmune disease that I was diagnosed with in my mid-20s. One of them was ulcerative colitis. And then the other one, they really couldn't explain. There was a couple things that was going on with my body. So the only thing that they could tell me, though, was that it was derived from stress. Where during that time, I kind of believed them because I had closed on my first home. I was in my mid-20s. I was going to hit the ground running. I had my mind made up. I had gave birth to a son, and I also was on track to become a NASD licensed stock trader, which I chose that as my career. I almost believed that. I almost believed that it was stress. However, I was active, I was young, it just didn't make sense. And so then I went on this journey to research how to heal myself from outward inward. I was always tired, I had all of these symptoms, it just didn't make sense. And the doctors couldn't do anything for me. They actually tried to prescribe me 9 steroids, and in addition to 2 other medications. That's how bad it was. And I was just like, no, I can't, I'm not. I was dropped from my doctor's practice, which I don't recommend anybody do, but for me, I had an inclination that it had to be the food. And so I went on a journey, did my research, and I was determined to heal myself with plants and herbs, and that is exactly what I did. Wow. And so I wanted to share my journey, share my story. I transitioned, I stepped down, so I gradually got rid of things instead of just going cold turkey, because for me it was more so trying to find the foods that were triggering. Kept a food journal, and I slowly started eliminating things, and I just thought, you know what, let's just be done with all of it. And that's exactly how I got here. Wow, incredible. And did you completely heal it or reverse it or what? Yes, completely healed, completely reversed, feel 1,000% better. Wow. And I wanted to share. I wanted to share my journey. I also, for food, you know, I was a natural foodie to begin with. Okay. So I was never like a huge meat eater anyway. But I came from a background where you finished your plate, you know, or you got in trouble. And so I took those beliefs and internalized all of that stuff, but I was able to release those very quickly and easily because it was something that I didn't really enjoy anyway. And did you notice any other physical, mental, or emotional changes after doing this? Oh, absolutely. I definitely felt lighter. I definitely saw an increase in clarity about what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. Needless to say, I left the career of being a stock trader. I decided that I was not going to put any stress on myself or my body, even though I didn't feel like that was the cause, but I did find myself at more ease, a space of more ease, the more that I changed my diet, and I wanted to stay in that space. Went on to study fashion. It was like therapeutic for me. It really was. I did that for 18 years. I was a designer of 18 years. We did very, very well by us being so close to Kentucky Derby. I kind of cornered the market here in Cincinnati and also part of it in Louisville. And so I did that for a very long time. I owned 2 head stores and was very successful at it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. But again, as I transitioned on though, the food just kind of took over. 2018 rolled around, I decided to shut everything down that I was doing as far as design was concerned. Went full time with the restaurant. What kind of foods were you eating when you finally figured out the best recipe for basically reversing this or treating this for yourself? Okay, so because I was on the step down, I was a pescatarian for like 13 years. So when it came down to selecting different things to, you know, assist me in that transition, I wanted to first find those things that I could replace, you know, so that I could be successful So I turned to ingredients that were whole foods, and then I also just did my additional research as far as, what other people were already doing. That was so nice about the transition back then, because although we didn't have everything that's available now, but there was definitely more to choose from than somebody that, say, did it 30 years ago. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. So like essentially, what did it boil down to? Like some legumes, greens, fruits?
So legumes, like you said, legumes, grains. I rely heavily on quinoa, jasmine rice, a mixture of vegetables. I wasn't a big cruciferous person. Just because of where I had come from. I did keep a food diary, and so that was one of those things that I was like, I don't know about those. So, but I will say that the more that I started to reintroduce myself to other things and during my healing process, I'm now able to eat whatever I want without feeling like, I don't know about that. So, but from the very beginning, I did make it a point to do an alkaline-based transition. So I actually used Dr. Sadie's list of fruits, vegetables, and foods to start. And I would say that was a good start, but I knew that I did not want to stick to that, of course, and make that just a lifestyle. But I felt like that was a good healing transition for me. And then I started to add things. Okay.
And so ultimately, what's an ideal day of eating now for you?
Oh, I start every day with a smoothie. I have to have a smoothie.
What's inside of that?
So that's definitely bananas. That's hemp seeds. I got to get that protein in. I would definitely say I love the berries, antioxidants. I'm big on the antioxidants, inflammation, fighting, things like that. So I definitely go the darker the better. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries.
If you want a big boost in those berries, those polyphenols, take the bananas out. I know it sounds crazy.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but there's polyphenol oxidase in the bananas. It's hard to imagine a smoothie without bananas, but
I know, and I love bananas. But
no, you can have. It's good for you, just not with the berries.
Not with the berries. Okay, I got you. Although I started this way, it's like the more research you do. I mean, it's
fine-tune
like,
things.
Yeah, exactly. You tweak, you do, and we're learning stuff every day.
What about greens? How do you get greens?
Oh my God, I love greens.
Good.
I love my greens. I love collards.
Like a variety?
I love a variety. I eat greens every day. I eat greens every day.
What kind of legumes?
Legumes for me, chickpeas.
Nice.
Chickpeas. That's my core right there. Chickpeas.
What about lentils?
Yes, some lentils, but I'm a chickpea girl. I love lentils. There's nothing wrong with lentils, but I need my chickpeas.
Yeah, nice.
I can do more with them. I'm like a burger. I can stew them. There's so many things. I love my chickpeas. I even make bacon out of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, I make bacon out of them. I toss them in a little bit of olive oil, and I will soak them in like a little bit of maple and smoked paprika and a little bit of, olive oil, a little bit of black pepper. Spread them out on a cookie sheet, bake them, dry them out really good, crumble them up, bacon bits.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Bacon bits.
Nice.
Make a good salad topping.
I interrupted you when you said kale. What other greens besides kale?
Collards are my favorite by far.
Okay.
Collards, turnips. That's it.
What about like romaine or anything like that?
Okay, so I was talking about cooked greens. So as far as like salad greens, I do like my romaine. I also like broccoli sprouts. I believe that the benefits of broccoli sprouts are just beyond what I could ever just...
That's some super nutritious stuff.
Yeah, super nutritious. So I love my sprouts, and broccoli is up there. That would be like the highest one right there. As far as greens, romaine, broccoli, those are usually my go-to right there. My romaine and broccoli sprouts.
And then mushrooms?
Oh my goodness, that's a whole other conversation. So lion's mane, I really love my lion's mane, not only for steak, but I really do like the texture of it. I like oyster mushrooms. I like my blue oysters, cremini. I mean, I love them.
Yeah.
I love them, and I like the variety that I can get with eating them. And so I'll use these for that and those for this, and there's nothing you can't do with them. I mean, you know.
I ordered, they had mushrooms.
Yeah,
right?
so that was the Nashville chicken sandwich, but we make that out of mushrooms, so that's our oyster mushrooms, yes.
Nice. And also had some ribs.
Yeah, so those are our jackfruit ribs. We do those in-house as well. We bake those down. They're really, really, really good on a grill too.
Awesome.
So we can have them either way.
Nice. And anything else you want to mention that's on your menu here?
Well, I will say that we have a ton of seafood options. Back when we started, there wasn't a lot of people doing a lot of seafood, vegan seafood. And back in 2018, 2019, it was almost unheard of. It was nothing at the store that you could really buy except for maybe like a couple of things. But our fish, we source our banana blossom to a T so that we can get our fish exactly the way that we want it and filleted the way that we want it. We also have crab cakes. We have salmon. We either grill that, blacken it, or we do like a salmon croquette. We also have our mock lobster. I mean, because I was a pescatarian for 13 years, I needed that for myself, and so that was one of the things that I passed on very early on our menu, and that was kind of like what we were known for. So yeah, we've won awards for our jambalaya, which is a gumbo mixed with jambalaya. It's sea moss infused, and it's really good. It's really, really good. So yeah, we are proud of our menu and the variety that it has.
Excellent, excellent. And where are you located?
So we're located at 3715 Madison Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45209.
And you got a website too?
Yes, at herbanvegans.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, good job. And it's you and your husband that run this?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes. It's just us two that own it, but we have a good team that we're working with right now that support us also, yes.
Wow, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And it's so sweet to hear another success story like this. I keep coming across this. It's like a pattern. Every restaurant, vegan restaurant, seems to have like a success story behind it.
Yes.
Everything from reversing colon cancer to diabetes and MS
Oh,
and
absolutely.
MG.
Yes, ulcerative colitis.
Ulcerative colitis.
Yes.
That's a tongue twister. But it's just one after another. It's just a beautiful thing. I guess it's your way of giving back to the community and educating others.
Absolutely. We do a chat and chew that does just that. We do a lot of community outreach where we talk about dispelling those diseases. That's some of what you've mentioned. And we call it our chat and chew. We feed people for free. And they're more than welcome to stop by on every third Saturday of the month.
Wow, you have such a big, beautiful heart. Thank you so much. Well, I guess that's a good wrap. I'm so glad I squeezed this in route.
Yes, I'm so happy you did too.
Yeah, great. Well, hopefully I'll come back and
yes, please do.
And
love to have you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.